everyone, welcome to the profile. My name is Sula Smith, or you can call me Double S. Zambian airwaves are full of campaign songs. Our neighborhoods are being visited by different politicians from different political parties. As we all may be aware, Zambia will be electing its leaders at national level, constituency level, and local government level. Because of profile, the profile now brings to you these leaders so that you get to know them individually. Remember, the views presented here are not the views of our channel. On today's edition, we are privileged and honored by a special guest. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much.
You may kindly introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Oliver Mwanza. I am the official candidate on the UPND ticket, standing in Bulagililo ward as the councillor there.
Oh. What made you aspire for this position?
Well, I have lived and grown up in Bulagililo. I came to Bulagililo in 2007, which means I've lived in Bulagililo for more than 10 years. And 10 years is enough for me to know exactly the problems that the people of Bulagililo are facing. So I looked at the problem that the people of Bulagililo are facing, and I looked at the political history of Bulagililo. Bulagililo has had so many councillors, and Kwacha constituency at large has also had so many MPs. The politicians have come, but the problems have remained. The problems have not been sorted out. So I thought this was a challenge to me to take this challenge so that I can address these problems which Bulagililo has faced. So I thought, well, let me take up the mantle and study Bulagililo as a councillor and see how I can finish these problems.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so if elected into office, what is your motto?
My motto is the Bulagililo we want.
The Bulagililo we want?
That's my motto. You know, there is the Bulagililo we have, and there is a Bulagililo we would love to call Bulagililo our home, and that is the Bulagililo that we want. Bulagililo, as you may know, is a township that is riddled with so many problems. Bulagililo is divided into three parts. There is Bulagililo Maplot, there is Bulagililo Main, and there is Bulagililo Kwacha East. All these areas have got special problems which needs to be addressed by us politicians. I'll start with Bulagililo Maplot. If you look at the terrain of Bulagililo Maplot, it is a bit sloping towards Kafue River. And if you look at the roads that side, they are in a very bad condition. If you try to drive a vehicle there in Bulagililo Maplot, I'm sure you, at the end of the day, you will need to change the suspension of your vehicle, because the roads in Bulagililo Maplot are in a very bad state. So as the councillor, I intend to address this problem of bad road network. Secondly, in rainy season, we all see what happens. The drainage in Bulagililo, especially Bulagililo Maplot, I'll be so emphatic on Bulagililo Maplot because it's the one that is facing so many problems. If you look at the drainage system in that area, it's in a very bad state. When it is rainy season, most of the houses get submerged. We all witnessed the rainy season in 2020. Most of the houses were submerged. This problem is one that can be sorted out if we can work on the drainage system in Bulagililo. And then there's Bulagililo Main, which also has its own problems. The problem that Bulagililo Main has is the issue of garbage. We all know that garbage needs to be taken care of, because if we do not take care of our garbages, we are only inviting diseases in our houses. So I intend to come up with special programs that will ensure that garbage collection is intensified and enhanced. And then there's Bulagililo Kwacha East. Bulagililo Kwacha East also.
Sorry, sir, not to cut you short, but I've heard you've talked about the issue of garbages.
Exactly.
I would love to know exactly those solutions, because you just said I intend on coming up with a plan on how to solve those garbages. You know, like we are Zambians, and if we look at other countries, America to be specific, those people have where they take their garbages. Mainly, America used to deport its garbage to China. But looking at the Zambian economy right now, Zambia doesn't have that much money to deport their garbages elsewhere.
Well, even in Zambia, there's a lot that we can do with the garbage that is collected from our homes. Last month I was in Osaka and I saw a lot of programs where they are recycling garbages. Those companies that are recycling garbages, we can engage them. We can bring them here and they start recycling the garbage that we collect from our houses. I've noticed a few companies in Kitwe which are engaged in garbage collections. I intend to work with these companies to see how they can intensify on garbage collections. We may not need to export our garbage to other countries, but we can deal with our garbages locally. We can recycle it. We can find designated disposal areas so that we do not have garbages in our houses.
And how do you plan in making sure that you're getting the feedback from the people who elected you into office? Or in other words, correspondence with the voters? Because mainly, we see most of you politicians, sorry to say, if you're elected into office, you tend to neglect the people who voted you into power.
You're right on that one. Politicians, like I said earlier on in the program, they come and go, but the problem remains. As for me personally, Mwanza Oliver, I intend to stand in 2026. So in order for me to ensure that the people vote for me in 2026, I have to work, and I have to work very hard. So it's because of my intentions to stand in 2026 that will make me make sure that I attend to the people of Bulagililo.
And how do you intend to improve the lives of the people in the world?
Lives can be improved in so many ways. Like I said earlier on, I said the drainage system in Bulagililo is pathetic. The road network system in certain areas of Bulagililo is equally pathetic. Also, the issue of garbage is a big problem. Lives can be improved in these angles. If we improve the drainage system, we are indirectly bettering the lives of the people of Bulagililo. If we improve the drainage system, like I said, there are some houses which got submerged in the previous rainy season. If we improve on the drainage system, their lives are improving. So as a councillor, I cannot say I'll bring money to the people or I'm going to give them jobs. No, I cannot say that because that's not within my jurisdiction. But what I can say is within the duties of a councillor, that is improving the lives of the people in the ward, garbage collection, drainage system improvement, road network. If we can work on these things, I can safely say the lives of people of Bulagililo ward will be improved and uplifted.
Okay, thank you very much. In the streets of Kitwe, more especially the CBD area, we see a lot of street kids and we see them wandering about. What's your take and how do you intend in working on that?
Well, on the issue of street kids, there is a ministry which is given the mandate to look into the plight of the street kids. On the street children, we can engage the Ministry of Youth and Sports. They can look into the plight of the street kids. But as for a councillor, that's not my duty to look into the plight of the street kids. But we can also we will look into how we can improve the lives of street kids through the Ministry of Youth and Sports. But for the duties of the councillor, it's simply having a one-to-one contact with the people of the ward.
Okay. And Yona, how do you intend in combating crime? What I mean to say is, for example, from asking you the question of street kids, we see these kids most of the times coming up with groups, attacking people and all that. How do you intend in working on that?
in a word, Bulagililo.
Yes,
We'll talk about Bulagililo because if we talk about Kitwe,
no, we are specifically talking about
we'll talk about the words because that's
Bulagililo.
where I'll be working from.
Because it starts from a word to a constituency then.
And that's yes. Very true. And for the constituents, don't forget to vote for Abel Mulenga, who's standing as our MP. No, the problem of security, youths indulging themselves in criminal activity, we need to look at where this whole problem is starting from. The problem starts because there's nothing for the youths to do. Exactly. In my manifesto, I posted something on social media. Those who are friends with me on social media, Oliver Mwanza is my profile name. I posted something. I said, the Bulagililo I dream of as a councillor. And the last point I said, we intend to introduce sustainable empowerment programs. What I mean by sustainable empowerment programs, I don't talk about those empowerments where you dish out 20 kwacha kuma youths, because today you give them a 20 kwacha, they go up there, buy to GDGD, buy booze, buy chamba, they smoke, and then they start involving themselves in criminal activities. What we want, or what we dream of a Bulagililo, is why we have skills development programs. We can come up with a lot of skills development programs where we can admit these youths so that they can learn some survival skills. Once they learn these survival skills, we will look for funds, we will look for empowerment, we give them capital, and then they start working on their own. They say a devil's mind is, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. These youths, they are involved in these criminal activities because they are so idle. There is nothing for them to do. I'll give an example of what I saw where I traveled. I found a group of not necessarily youths but citizens. They've been given equipment. It was in Kabwe. They have this equipment which they use to make cooking oil, and then they've been given some capital. What they do, they go in the farms, they buy soya, then they process it, they get the cooking oil, they brand it, they do everything they can do with it, and then they sell these things. Whatever little money they are making, but as long as they are doing this in a legal way, this can reduce the number of crime activities in our communities. If we can import these ideas, we bring them in Bulagililo, and other similar ideas, we give them to the youth. Instead of giving them a 20 kwacha, we give them skills, something to do with their hands. I can assure you the crime rate would definitely go down in Bulagililo and in Kitwe at large.
Yeah, I think that's very, very important, because as far as I know and as far as I'm concerned, it's always important to skill up a child rather than giving them money.
Exactly.
Yes. In terms of agriculture, I heard you said something about the Kafue River. The youths there are idle. How do you intend on working on that?
Okay, on that one, I'll just give you a brief story about myself. I am a graduate from the Copper Belt University. I have a bachelor's degree in fisheries and aquaculture, which is the agriculture of keeping fish, aquaculture, anything that is water related. And I've got vast experience in this field. And at the same time, I'm offering free consultation services to those who want to start fish farming. I've got a Facebook page called Fish Farming Information Desk. I'm the admin, and from time to time I post information on fish farming. Bulagililo is the mighty Kafue River passes through Bulagililo ward. There's a section which is attached to Bulagililo ward on the side of the Kafue River. As you may know, aquaculture or fisheries is something, or it's a field which has been identified as one that can bring a lot of revenue to the people, as well as improve nutrition. So as an aquaculturist, this is what I intend to do. We can come up with a program where I personally can teach the youth of Bulagililo how to keep fish or how to start a fish business. I'll offer these services to the people of Bulagililo free of charge. They will have nothing to pay me. The only thing that they have to do is to make themselves available. I can teach them how to produce fingerlings. I can teach them how to produce fish until table size so that they can sell. So this is how we intend to use Kafue River in order to better the lives of people of Bulagililo. So I'll use my experience to help the people of Bulagililo, and also to utilize the natural resource, which is the Kafue River, in order for them to better their lives.
That is a good way of using one's
talent.
You know, you have to use what you have to get what you want.
Exactly.
Your Honor, if you were to be given 500,000 kwacha by the government to do any project, what would it be?
Well, 500,000 kwacha sounds like a lot of money, but looking at our economy, it's a very small amount of money, and there's little you can do with that money. But you need to use what you have. So if I was given that amount, that kind of money, I can just draw up a few empowerment programs, a few skills development programs. Like we can organize a few youths. We teach them how to maybe welding, and then we give them a bit of that money so that they can start up their own businesses, and in turn employ their fellow youths. And also I talked about fish farming. Fish farming, yes, when starting it requires a lot of money, but you can do it at a smaller scale. We can use a chunk of that 500,000 kwacha. We empower youths and women so that they can start up fish business. They can start fingerling production, which in my opinion is booming, because from time to time I get phone calls, people as far as Livingstone calling me, asking me where they can get fingerlings. So if we can create that market locally in Bulagililo, I'm sure the farms around Kitwe, they can come to buy these fingerlings from the youth of Bulagililo, in turn improving or increasing the revenue base of the ward. That's what I can do with the 500,000 kwacha. Just these two projects, the 500,000 kwacha is gone.
What do you think the ward has been neglected, and your take in the cleanliness of the ward, and how do you intend in improving your ward, to be specific?
Okay, thank you so much. Bulagililo ward has been neglected in so many ways. I remember the 2019 rainy season. We had a lot of rains that year, and the Kafue River on the other side of Bulagililo got flooded. And then on that same river, there is a bridge which people in the neighboring ward, which is Chantete, used to cross from Bulagililo to Chantete, and from Chantete to Bulagililo. This bridge is located just near the council farms. If you look at what happened in 2016, it was a very, very sad thing to see. Water was just passing on top of the river, or on top of the bridge, and the bridge doesn't have any kind of protection on the side, so that if you were to be swept away by the water, you hold on to something, there's absolutely nothing. This is one area in which Bulagililo has been neglected. Infrastructure, it has been neglected. The roads in Bulagililo are extremely bad. I have never seen a ward with so much bad roads like Bulagililo ward. In this area, Bulagililo has been neglected. Even the area of empowerment. Yes, I've heard some politicians who have come with what they call empowerments, but to me, I don't call that empowerment. I call it handouts. But what we want sustainable empowerment, tangible empowerment. We want the kind of empowerment where if I empower you today, or if you are given that empowerment today, tomorrow you not come back to me to ask for handouts. Because this time around, if you hear people shouting, honorable, 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 they are not shouting honorable because they are cheering you. No, they want something. They want you to be given a 20 kwacha so that they can go and buy beer. But what I'm saying is, this is not the kind of empowerment we want. We don't want this. We don't want people to shout honorable so that you give them a 20 kwacha. We want, when people shout honorable, you give them the kind of empowerment that will see them through the whole year. If I empower you with a skill and a bit of capital, you start that business. Tomorrow you won't call me honorable for a 20 kwacha because you are able to make that 20 kwacha every day. If I give you a 20 kwacha today, and if you observed the politicians that give handouts, whenever you give them a vote, they disappear. The next time you see them, it's an election year. That's the only time you're going to see them. Again, you shout honorable, honorable, honorable. They give you the 20 kwacha. Once you give them the vote, they disappear. But what I'm saying is, give us a vote on the 12th of August so that we can bring you sustainable empowerment. We want to give you skills and capital so that you'll be able to work on your own without anyone troubling you. Because this time around, they give you a 20 kwacha, and if you don't pledge allegiance to them, tomorrow you won't see the 20 kwacha. But what I'm telling you is, we need to vote for leadership that cares for you. The leadership that will give you empowerment, that will see you through, not for the day, but for the whole year and many years to come.
How do you intend to help the voters or citizens from the so-called Kadaism in terms of land inquiry? Ila shigama plot.
Ya shigama plot. Ila shigama plot na likaba.
Inquiry. Like what different strategy are you going to use?
Everything starts from leadership. If you vote for leaders with questionable characters, just know that the problem of Kadarism will never come to an end. And some politicians, the way they conduct themselves, you can know that these people, once we give them a vote, they will give us so many problems. The issue of Kadarism lies on the policies of the party, not just me as a councillor. UPND, through our president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, he has said once voted into power, the issue of Kadarism will come to an end. How does it come to an end? You give them sustainable empowerment. If you give them sustainable empowerment, they are working on their own. Trust me, this problem will come to an end. The problem that we have is we don't give them something sustainable. Such that today you give them, if it's a 200 kwacha, you give them, they go, they squander that 200 kwacha. Tomorrow they come, they squander another 200 kwacha, you give them another 200 kwacha, they squander it, again they come, and mind you, they will keep on coming. But if you give them, sustainable empowerment, yes, you give them that empowerment, they will do something with it. They won't follow you tomorrow. But a 200 kwacha today, and once you run out of those 200 kwacha, you give, okay, go and subdivide those plots there so that you can get some money from it. That's where the problem comes. So what we're saying is, let's give our citizens, our voters, something tangible to do.
As we come to the end of our interview, how are you finding the campaigns? Well, considering the situation that we are in now, the coronavirus.
Okay. At first, when they announced that door-to-door will be the mode of campaigns this year, I thought it was going to be a very difficult thing for us to do. But I've come to realize that actually door-to-door campaign is the best form of campaign. There's no better form of campaign than door-to-door. One, it's cheaper. Two, you get first-hand information of the people who are going to vote for you. They will explain the problems to you. Because if, let's talk of rallies. A rally is just a politician or a candidate speaking without getting a feedback from the people. But door-to-door, you get the feedback from the people. They will tell you exactly what the problem is. And all the things that I was talking about, improving the drainage system in Bulagililo, bringing tangible empowerment, these are the feedbacks that we've gotten from the people. They've told us that the other politicians, they give us my 20 kwacha, but tomorrow again we'll look for the 20 kwacha, because the 20 kwacha cannot take you for a day. So they are saying, give us something tangible. Teachers, give us some skills. So that's why we're saying, okay, you, our voters, these are the things that we are going to give you. We'll give you tangible empowerment. We'll empower you with skills. We are going to improve the drainage system of Bulagililo, garbage collection, and also the road network system in Bulagililo. this is what we've gotten from the people. But if it was a rally, it was going to be very difficult to know what people want. And it's difficult to assess who's going to vote for you and who's not going to vote for you. Because for us in this campaign, we are even able to conduct what I would call an opinion poll, what people think or what they expect of this election. And I can assure you, people want change. Change is what they want. And they are saying they are going to vote for UPND, starting from the level of president, MP, mayor, and councillor. And to the people of Bulagililo, to be specific, please, everything that you've told us that you want us to do for you, it is going to be easy for me to achieve all those things if you give me the right kind of team. If you don't give me the UPND MP, it's going to be difficult for me to work. But if you give me the MP from the UPND, the mayor from the UPND, and the UPND president, UPND councillor, this is going to be easy for us. So just to conclude, on the 12th of August, please don't forget to vote for me, Oliver Mwanza, as the councillor for Bulagililo ward. Then vote for the MP, Abel Charles Mulenga, as the MP for Kwacha constituency. Then vote for the mayor. Then vote for the president. The mayor is Grace Marunga Sampa. Is the one who's standing on the position of mayor. Please give me this team so that I can serve you better.
Your Honor, you've taken my job now. You've concluded before I tell you to conclude.
Can you say in conclusion?
But anyway, any last words to the voters out there, apart from what you've said? Because apparently you've concluded.
Zambia forward. Remember to mask up and always observe the COVID guidelines. We do not want to lose any life. We want everyone to vote and enjoy the heaven that UPND is going to bring. Remember, one Zambia, one nation. Say no to tribalism.
We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for accepting our invitation.
You're very welcome.
And on that note, we come to the end of our interview. Okay, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please like and share our Facebook page.